my name is Jobby. I watch Transformers 1. Why the hell isn't this the #1 movie in the world? This movie's great. And I've seen it twice now, both at early fan screenings at Paramount Studios, full disclosure. Shout out to Key and Carlisle for inviting me to the first one. Still got your poster right here. Come get it, baby boy. And shout out to Paramount themselves for inviting me to the second one. Had a great time at both showings. Would have been really awkward if the movie wasn't good. But it is, and I'm not getting paid to say that. So this is gonna be a spoiler-free review, because unfortunately, not everybody has seen it. I'll still be mentioning specific scenes, but I won't go into detail, so please stay. Please. With that being said, Transformers 1 is the movie that I wish I saw in 2007. No shade on Michael. Alright, all the shade on Michael. That movie was good, as I said in my review, check it out. But it wasn't amazing, and it barely treated the Transformers themselves as characters. This movie, though, it's all about the Transformers as characters. The robots take center stage with no squishies to get in the way. If this was the movie that brought Transformers back into the mainstream, maybe the general public wouldn't associate the franchise with the holy trinity of comedy. But enough of pooping on Michael Bay. Why is Transformers 1 so good? Well, first of all, this is an incredibly and surprisingly dramatic film. The fall of Megatron and the rise of Optimus Prime was portrayed fantastically. And you really feel the tragedy of their broken bond. Or messy divorce if you're into that. Acting is top-notch as well, which is not what I was expecting. Not gonna lie, I was very skeptical when I first saw that cast list. Funny Hammer Boy as Optimus, funny Godzilla podcast man as Megatron, funny man as Bumblebee, and Scarlett Johansson. The cast list looked like a typical celebrity voice actor cash grab. Mario. But I was pleasantly surprised. Everyone did a great job. Even got Big Dick Ham in there, and the biggest props to Brian Tyree Henry as D16, eventually known as Megatron. He has earned his place as one of the best Megatron actors, right alongside Frank and David. He'd also probably say put in my ass. And sure, some incorrect people would say that his turn to villainy was a bit abrupt.
His turn to evil was too fast!
I thought I left you back at the old house. Why would you say that? Admittedly, I did feel that a bit on my first viewing, but on my second viewing, his descent into villainy felt a lot more natural. The friendliness of D16 at the beginning of the movie was really just a facade, something he needed to maintain his sanity, a coping mechanism for all the, what's essentially slave labor that he's been doing as an energon miner. And I ain't making a minor joke, you fucking Twitter degenerates. Didn't even make that connection before I saw the memes. Now I can't unhear it. Miners? Miners! All D needed was one bad truth bomb for his idealism to crumble. And God, when it does. The movie starts off lighthearted and adventurous, but once that banger of a line read hits, the mood totally changes. When shit gets serious, it gets real serious. Which you wouldn't know just by looking at the promotional material. Paramount, what the fuck? You know something has gone terribly wrong when your marketing team is getting outclassed by a Twitter account. Hashtag save TF1, hashtag TF weekend. Watch it tonight. Before I tear into Paramount too much, I just gotta say thank you again for inviting me to the fan screening. But with that being said, not only did Paramount barely market this film, but the marketing that they do put out makes this movie look like it's for babies. The first trailer that dropped emphasized all the bad parts of the film, and I can confirm that that just happened type comedy still kind of sucks in the movie. And they really quadrupled down on the badassatron bit. He says it like 15 trillion times. Take a drink every time he says it.
Funny yellow man say ass!
Wait a minute. That's basically me. But thankfully, that type of humor is not as prevalent as you may think. It takes itself seriously, especially in that second half. Not saying the movie isn't suitable for families, it's not some dark edge fest. Well, it isn't edge fest, just in a different way. There's still some moments that got a genuine laugh out of me, and not a single one was badassatron. Bumblebee wasn't a bad character, but both I and the characters in the movie agree that he's an annoying little shit. All will be forgiven if this movie gets a sequel, which it better. What? Maybe we find out later that the reason why they made B such a yapper is for it to hit extra hard when Megatron rips out his voice box. I know that's a Michael idea, but you know it would go hard. You know what else goes hard? The visuals. I am cooked, as they have been for the past 200 years. The designs, the animation, the action, they take full advantage of the transformation stuff here, incorporating it in action scenes in beautifully creative ways. You know how Optimus Prime usually swivels his waist around for his transformation? Well, how about using that to rip someone in half? Fucking sick.
And
Here we go.
Give me your face.
Holy
I
fuck.
love it!
Oh my
I
goodness.
love Optimus Prime being
Fucking-
a fucking murderer! Yes!
This Optimus Prime does indeed have a body count, but he doesn't revel in it like Optimus Prime does. This Optimus Prime feels like Optimus Prime. I can't imagine this guy saying, "I'll kill them all." Fuck off. Everybody who worked on this movie are most definitely Transformers fans. Director Josh Cooley seems like a cool guy. It's been a while since I've done this, give me a break. The visual design is fresh but still faithful to what makes these characters who they are. You're not gonna get a pile of scrap metal with a familiar name. Even all the background extras are established characters. If you're a Transformers fan, go see this movie already, what the fuck? You'll be pulling a lot of... Even Air Arachnid from Transformers Prime is in here. Need a proper figure of her yesterday. But come on, the winner of the Iacon 5000 being Chromia should have been Blur. And on the topic of these minor characters, not as in Energon minor, I do mean the word that actually gets you arrested. Cut this out. I wish the big three of the Decepticons got more to do. Soundwave, Shockwave, and Starscream. But it was really nice to see them. They looked great, sounded great. Steve Buscemi as Starscream is casting genius. Hopefully we get more of them in the sequel, which is definitely happening, right? I understand that you guys in the UK got a later release date, but you had better watch it. I kept this shit spoiler free for you, innit? Even if you're not a Transformers fan, you're gonna find something to like in this movie. I'd even go so far as to say that this is the perfect introduction to Transformers, and I wish it was how the whole world was reintroduced to these robots in disguise. So please, I'm begging you, chat, go see it. Even if you've already seen it, go watch it again. This movie deserves so much more support than it's getting, and if it doesn't get at least 2 sequels, I'm gonna end up on the news. So I'm back, thanks for your patience, and hope you guys enjoy the new studio and the new angle. Should look familiar if you've been paying attention. I'll see you next time with more toy reviews. Things might get a little spooky. And by spooky, I mean pants shittingly frustrating. I'd have to stand it up for this one.